today we're going to be talking about where you should be in your 20s, and we're just going to give a little insight about some things and tips and ideas that we have about the topic. So if you want to hear about it, just stay tuned.
Okay. There's a lot of different ideas of what people think they should be in their 20s. Some people think they should have graduated college. Some people think they should have moved out. Some people think that they should be taking flights. Some people feel like they should have a boyfriend, a girlfriend.
Kids, maybe.
Yeah, kids, exactly. Marriage. Okay, a close circle. Like, people use what they see from other people's lives and determine that's where their life should be. Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, in your 20s, there's no exact place where you should be. You should be exactly where you're at that moment. You should be in a place where you're trusting your process. Mm-hmm. Okay? So trusting your process can mean anything. It can be right now you're on a low and you believe that you're about to be on the way to a high. Mm-hmm. Right now you're on a high and anything can happen, so you need to make sure you secure where you're at.
Secure the bag.
Yeah. Life goes through cycles and seasons and ins and outs. So if you honestly put all you can into what you believe, behind your goal, behind your drive, behind your process, you'll be good.
I also think that you should always remember that you shouldn't really put a time on your process, because putting a time on your process can limit you, honestly, because you'll be so hard on yourself thinking that at this time you should be at a certain place, or by the time you're 23 you should have already moved out, have a car, maybe maybe be in a relationship, like we said before, marriage. And I feel like the more you put a time on your process and the more that you constantly badger yourself with the tedious goals, it can kind of hinder you and make you not trust your process.
And this is something I think we all gotta stop doing. Mm-hmm. Stop watching
other
people.
I was just
because to be honest, and tell me if I'm wrong, people are liars.
Yes.
People front about where they're going, who they're with, Instagram, what they have. Yes. And I'm not saying that some people really don't have it, and whoever has it, I commend you. But I'm just saying, stop watching people who are taking flights or who have a really nice car or a big, beautiful home, because that was their process. And the more you watch somebody else's process, that's less time for you to work on your own. There's nothing wrong with looking at somebody and being motivated. Yeah. It becomes a problem when you watch them and become envious or jealous or
try to be just like them. Try to be a clone of somebody else.
Right. And then also, people only show you what they want to show you.
Hello. So what somebody could have paid for them to have it.
Exactly. But they're not going to tell you all of that because it's not your business. And I think, what we should have did? In 2018, in our first video, we should have been like, 2018, we're drinking more water and minding our business.
Time waits for nobody. You can't get this time back. And I just feel like, and it's a hard thing to do. Like, you catch yourself on Instagram or Snapchat, and you're like, looking and, wow, she got a car? Dang, I want a car. Wow, she got a house? Dang, I wish I had a house. Like, and I think society puts this stigma of, like, by 22, you have to have a degree. Yeah. By 25, you should find your soulmate. And that's just not realistic.
That's not really.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
It is important to embrace the journey, okay? The positives, embrace everything, because the more you congratulate yourself, like we talked about in the other video.
If you haven't seen it, we'll put it up there.
The more you congratulate yourself, and even the downfalls, looking back, the easier it'll be. The better attitude you'll have, the more successful you'll feel like you are. And it'll just be an easier process because you'll always be in a positive mindset. You'll always have a positive attitude. Embrace the journey, even when the negatives come. Stay positive.
Success isn't time sensitive. Success does not have a beginning and end point in this handbook. It's different for everybody. I know we all worked in retail at some point, and I know for me at some point I had a retail job, I did an internship, and I was doing a school full time. Right. And I'm like, okay, it's been 3 years at this retail job. Why am I not successful? Why am I not like everybody else, securing the bag? And it was just like, that was not the time. If we didn't go through what we went through personally as a friendship with our families or whatever, we wouldn't be prepared to handle this experience right now. Like, being on our own is a big responsibility. Yeah. But I mean, to get here,
it was hard.
How many years did we
say we was gonna do it?
How many?
Like 4.
Like
yeah,
5 years.
4 or 5. Yeah, it was 5.
5 years.
We thought we were coming here a year earlier, and we did it. If you believe in what you want, you're not gonna stop going after it.
No one's gonna be able to stop.
Nobody's gonna stop you. And it's like, if you halfway believe it, then you have an opportunity for negativity to get in the way, for you to be clouded by whatever else goes on in your day-to-day life. But if you know for a fact you can't see yourself without being in that position, whatever position that is, you're gonna go for it. Let's get into the downfalls. Let's get into the fact that your journey is gonna have obstacles. It's gonna be a rocky road, okay? It's not a smooth path. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be terrain, but that's the way life is set up for everybody. And there's something about hard work that's just so rewarding. So let's get into the word no. All right. So we made it an acronym.
So give me your N.
N.
Give me your O. O. What does that spell? No.
New opportunity.
And in case you don't understand that, the N is for
new.
The O is for
Opportunity.
and that gives you new opportunities.
Just because you hear the word no doesn't mean never.
Just because people will tell you no, or just because you're faced with problems or obstacles, does not mean that it's a problem, okay? It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to come back better, come back stronger. It's an opportunity for you to be the best you that you can be throughout the no's, throughout the I don't think you could do that, or throughout the it could be a little bit better. Do what you feel has been placed on your heart to do so.
Yes.
Like, you know, every door that closes, another one's going to open. Right. And it hurts to get a door slammed in your face when that's the one that you wanted, the one that was...
does not mean it's the door for you.
Right. And then also sometimes, like, I know y'all be praying. Y'all be like, God,
You give
close
me this
that
one.
door, like whatever door that don't need to be open for me, close it. He closed it, you like, that don't make no sense. Why is that? You cannot tell him what door does not need to be open or closed. You can't do that, okay? Yeah. He's the one that's supposed to be directing your path, so let him do so.
Use fear as a driving factor and let it push you instead of paralyze you. So I know, like, if you're going for a job interview, or if you're going out with friends, or you're going whatever, something new that you've never done before, you get nervous. That is natural. It's a normal feeling to get nervous, and it's very important to use that as like a driving force. Like, all right, I'm nervous, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna kill it.
Right.
Either I'm gonna kill it or I'm not. It is what it is, but I'm gonna try.
Right.
Sometimes we win, and sometimes we learn, but we never lose. And as a kid, especially in the Black community, I know the phrase is usually sometimes we win, sometimes we lose.
One time you lose them.
And that phrase is kind of like, it's kind of traumatizing.
Yeah.
That is embedded in your head that sometimes you're gonna win, sometimes you're gonna lose. Whereas if you think about it like, sometimes I'm gonna win, I'm gonna come out on top. Sometimes I'm gonna learn, but I never lose. Like, nothing is a losing experience. And I have to give a lot of credit to our pastor, Dr. Alan C. Barham Sr.
Y'all should have got, I know y'all looked at his books, right? In the last video.
Buy the book.
There's 2 books, buy the books. He's awesome.
But he has really instilled in us, like, you are amazing. You were born for a reason. Like, you're not here just to take up space on this earth. Like, you have a purpose. And in order to reach your full potential and reach your destiny and push past it. Like, that demonic trinity in the first video. You didn't hear about it, watch
What
it.
Dr. Alan C. Barham Sr., what he talks about is that the cemetery makes so much money because there's so much potential buried. Yes.
Buried. Say it with me. Buried.
Shut up. There's so much potential buried inside the cemetery.
And buried. Like they're buried. Buried.
There's so many people that held on to their dreams, to what they wanted to share with the world because of fear. Nervousness is a sign of work. Yeah. Okay? Like, if you put on something and you're nervous, it's because you know that you put your all into it. So it's nothing wrong with being nervous. Yeah. It's everything wrong with not doing.
Yes. And I don't want to waste not just my 20s, but my life saying I'm afraid of anything, and think about my kids. Right. Like, my kids are going to see me and go, my mom doesn't even take chances. Why should I?
Right. Yeah.
And that's a hard pill to swallow.
And it's a curse. It's a curse on your family or your bloodline. Like, and like, honestly, if we were to just break those generational curses, like now, imagine what the legacy you would leave behind. So, in your 20s, where should you be? Where should you be, y'all?
I don't think there's an exact place you should be.
I don't think so.
And not just in your 20s. In your 30s, 40s, 50s, and so forth. Don't let anybody tell you where you should be. Right. You're 27. You don't have any kids yet?
No.
You're 30, girl.
Do you?
It's like, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's your life. And it's, now let's be real. Just because it's your life doesn't mean you should go and mess it up now. Right. You should enjoy it. You should want to have a fulfilled life filled with happiness and peace and success. You should want that for yourself. Right. But just understand that no matter where you are, if you're working your butt off and you're like, scratch that. If you're working your ass off and you're like trying your hardest to do what you gotta do, then that's where you need to be. Right. But if you can be honest with yourself and say, okay, I've really been slacking. I haven't been doing the phone calls I need to make. I haven't been getting up on time. I've been late. Then you are networking. Be honest.
Be honest with yourself. Networking is really big too. Like when she was talking about going out and like being afraid and meet new people, you never know who you could meet. Okay, you never know who their uncle is. Who, like, you know, for real. Like, you never know the connect. You never know the connections you can make when you go outside.
Yeah, exactly.
So don't be afraid to go outside, y'all.
Enjoy your life.
There's only one life to live,
and that's yours.
Remember to keep going,
growing,
and glowing. Make sure you guys comment below on the topics you want us to talk about, and let's get some likes up. Subscribe to our channel. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Bye.